Everybody, adjust the volume. Everybody come onto your mats if you are joining me. If you have, not you, Lucky, you can't do yoga right now. Alright, so if you would like to get yoga blocks, will be very beneficial. I'm not going to give an exorbitant amount of physical direction. If you need to see how the posture looks, glance up here. Everybody start onto hands and knees, all fours. This is not necessarily going to be a beginner class per se. I will give some modifications, so move your spine up and down throughout the class. But you should know the basics to practice this class. If you have back injuries, herniated discs, anything like that, probably not the practice for you today. If you're a dog that decides to drop your ball in the middle of mom trying to do her freaking online yoga, welcome to at-home yoga consistently, right? So just move around. Start to stay. Start to enjoy your practice, not you, the dog. Right? Yes, you stay on your mat, both mentally, physically, metaphorically, literally. So our goal here is to move the spine around, to lubricate every part to the best of our ability. When you're ready, you're going to come into your down dog. You're going to tap your toes, lift your hips, pedal your feet. This is called walking the dog. You're hollowing out the low belly. The sides of the neck are long. You're lifting a heel, dropping the heel. Now find stillness, either here in down dog, or if you need to come down to child's pose, do so. Don't you move your ass out of the body. Sides of the waist growing longer. Slow motion walking yourself towards the top of the mat. Second toes at 12 o'clock, feet about 4 inches apart. Bend the knees dramatically, roll all the way up. Arriving at the top of the pose, roll the shoulders down and back, hollow and scoop the belly. On your inhale, sweep your arms up, stretch up, look up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, melt over your legs, hands down. Inhale, left halfway. Exhale, left foot back. Inhale, float. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank, push-up position. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Down dog. Left foot lunge. Left foot lunge. Inhale, floaty. Exhale, hands down, step forward, fold. Inhale, halfway, belly boot. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Swan dive. Left halfway. Right foot back lunge. Inhale, foot. Exhale, down dog. Plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right leg high. Right foot low lunge. Inhale, float. Exhale, step. Float halfway. Exhale, fold. All the way up. Swan dive, exhale. Inhale, belly boot. Exhale, left foot back, low lunge. Inhale, float. Exhale, hands down, down dog. Plank, inhale. Lower halfway. Up dog. Down dog. Left foot. Exhale, left foot. Inhale, float. Step forward and fold. Left halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Swan dive, exhale. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Hands down, right foot back. Inhale, float. Hands down, down dog. Inhale, plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right leg high. Right foot lunge. Inhale, float. Hands down, step forward, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. All the way up. Mountain pose, hands at the sides, big toes together. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Step or jump back, chaturanga, no plank. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot scoots forward, left heel spins down. Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, up. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog, left foot forward. Inhale, Vira 1. Exhale, lower. Up dog. Down dog, 5 breaths. Exhale, bend your knees, jump at the end of the exhale. Inhale, Betty. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Mountain pose. Chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step or hop. Up dog. Down dog, right foot. Inhale, warrior. Lower. Up dog. Down dog, left foot forward. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, lower. Up dog. Down dog, 5 breaths. Into the next exhale, hop. And fold. Chair pose. Mountain pose. Chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Step or hop back. Up dog. Down dog, stay here. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale as left foot steps dead center of hands, long, chunky step, Virabhadrasana 2. Where's your mind? Where's your breath? Pop your back heel in, Skandasana or Bruce Lee. Come back into your Vira 2. Flip that left palm, reverse your warrior. Inhale comes up, put both hands down, interior of the front foot, come onto the toes of the back foot, shimmy that left foot over an inch or two, heart forward, active lizard, inhale 1. 2. 3. Nice and easy. Step back with the left foot. Stacking the feet, twist the hips. Side plank on right hand. Left hand reaches high. And drop your right knee if you need to. Come over, plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale, right foot, warrior 2. Inhale. Pop this back heel in, slide over into Bruce Lee on your left leg. Come back into your warrior 2, open up your arms. Both hands interior of that front foot, toes of the back foot, active lizard. Step the right foot back, see if you can stack it on the left. Right hand high, side plank. Come over plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale as left foot lands, coming into warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Open up. Right heel turns in, Skandasana for Bruce Lee. into your warrior two. Inhale. Humble warrior, hands come behind the back, braiding the fingers, palms come together, head to the earth. Inhale, coming up, putting both hands down, interior of that front foot, coming onto the toes of the back foot, maybe even shortening your stance just a little bit so you can slide this left leg over your shoulder like a backpack. Hands walk back so that they're in the place of a chaturanga. You're going to sit your left thigh down onto your left elbow. That's my lift. Once you do that, you're going to stretch that leg out. You're going to bend the elbows. You're going to lift. Step back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And so, if you didn't do it that time, I didn't do it the first time I tried it either. In fact, I didn't do it the first 100 times I tried it. So don't be disappointed that you didn't make it. It's the first step, right? Inhale, right leg up. Right foot steps through. Warrior two. Skandasana, left foot, so left heel pivots in, sit down on it. Finding warrior two again, come up, pivot the feet. Hands come behind the back, braid the fingers. Head to earth, knuckles to sky, humble warrior. Inhale, comes up and up. Put those hands interior. Come onto the toes of the back foot. Shimmy the right foot over a little bit. Make that stance a little longer. Or shorter, excuse me. Let's go. Have a little visitor on my mat. He's got the gate. There. Here we go. Leg forward. Lift. Step back. Up dog. Down dog. Looking towards the top of your mat at the end of your next exhale. You're going to hop. Very good. And fold. Inhale, chair. Mountain pose, exhale. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway. Step or hop back. Up dog. Down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step, coming into warrior two. Inhale. Spin that right heel in, come into Skandasana. Moving back into warrior two. Humble warrior. Left hand down. Grab a hold of the right toes if you can. This is your challenge. Otherwise, you're just going to side plank. See if you can bring those left toes up with you. Come to right-handed side plank. Nice and easy. Stretch that leg out. Come over. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Finding that warrior two. Inhale, come up. Left heel in, Skandasana. Inhale, come back up, find that warrior two. Drop those hands behind your back, humble that warrior. Releasing the left hand down, grab a hold of the right toes. Find that side plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. And bend the knees at the end of the next exhale. Find yourself at the top of the mat. Inhale, chair. Mountain pose. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Step or hop. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, left foot steps. Inhale, warrior two, starting to move. Exhale, Skandasana. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, right hand down. Exhale, side plank. Step that left foot behind you, flip your dog. Come back over, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step. Virabhadrasana 2, inhale. Exhale, Bruce Lee. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, humble warrior. Left hand down, side plank. Right foot behind you. Flip. Roll it back over. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. When you're ready, hop to forward fold. Right into that Betty Boop. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. There you go. Standing tall, mountain pose. Taking the left ankle, figure forward over the right thigh. You're going to sit back into a one-legged chair. Bringing the hands into prayer. Left elbow to the bottom of the foot. Inhale, come back up, chair. Oh, I her down. Exhale, release, standing tall. It'll be even more fun on the left foot, right? Turn this heat off. This heat was great till about 5 minutes ago. All right, so bringing your right ankle over your left thigh. Figure four like you're drinking beer on Sunday, right? Swing those arms up. Sit that honey back. Get that right elbow on the bottom of the foot if you choose. Bringing the hands into prayer. Use the next inhale to come up. And exhale, release. Shake that off. Have a drink. You might not need one. I need one. I was talking the whole time. Teaching online is, I find the most difficult thing is not getting all dry and pasty while I'm trying to teach and talk so much. And practice and breathe, right? Alright. Here we go. Big toes together. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale down. Step or hop back. Up dog. Down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale as left foot steps by left thumb. Let's go ahead and drop your right knee down. So we're going to come up. Notice I'm at a nice little angle. I see a lot of people like up here. That doesn't feel good. So we're trying to get forward. Forward of the kneecap. See if you can reach back and grab that foot. If you can't, throw a towel or a belt over it. Pulling it into your bum. Both hips centered to the top of the mat. Now see if you can reach back with both hands and really get deep, deep, deep forward into that front foot as you stretch your right quad. Wonderful. We're going to put the hands down. We're going to pivot that right foot directly behind you. So that knee that you were on, you're pivoting to the foot to the back of the mat. You're going to try to sit on that heel. Oh, welcome to Ashtanga. Woo, little perineum wake up, right? So Ashtanga has all these acupressure points, one being like your ovary area, one being your perineum, prostate for the male practitioners, right? So we're going over this front leg, right? Nothing is relaxed here. Nothing is relaxed here, right? Finding yourself moving forward, drawing that pelvic floor up, off of the heel as you sit onto the heel itself, right? In other words, your heel is in the space between your spaces. So it looks like someone just joined us live. And 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. Go ahead and put the hands down by the front foot, which is our left foot. We're going to pivot forward. We're going to get deep into that lizard, lazy lizard. So we're kind of letting that back thigh drop. I'm sitting low in this front hip. Just let the hips start to open. Had a nice little vigorous part of the practice. Wonderful. So from here, we're going to tuck the back toes. We're going to straighten the front leg and bow as we lift the back knee. Wonderful. Step back to down dog. Inhale, float to plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And for the next. Out to the next. Wonderful. Right leg high. Right foot steps. We're going to drop that left knee down. Good. Come up. Standing tall. Right. See if you can reach and grab at least one hand. Notice I'm forward so that it's not just like being in my kneecap. My stretch from knee to hip, not just in one singular place. Go ahead and release. Bring those hands down. Interior, get kind of in that lazy lizard, right? Don't you love it when you have an epiphany right in the middle of a yoga class? Like a mental epiphany. Not just like, oh, I've made it into this posture. Just had one of those. That was nice. Yeah. And that's the reason they call it a practice, not a done. You'll always be practicing. I don't care. I'm in it 20 years. I'm still practicing, right? Hands down, tuck the toes, lift that back knee, straighten the front leg, bow. Hands down, step back to your down dog. Inhale, float to your push-up, plank. Exhale, lower. Ooh, I forgot to make you sit on that heel. I sure did. My bad. All right, my body was like, something's missing there. All right, so right foot is back forward. You're gonna drop that left knee down. You're gonna pivot the left heel in. You're gonna sit right on top of that left heel. The space between your spaces. Right? Welcome to Ashtanga. So everything's really active. Pelvic floor is trying to lift up off of that heel perineum is lifting. Right? Inhale, 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Rock forward, slide back into your down dog. Wiggle around a little bit. If you'd like to float, plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, do so for me. I'll make sure I'll get all teachy and teach forever. Alright. Alright, so from here, if you have blocks, why don't you take your blocks and put them underneath your hands, right? You want enough space you want the blocks on your mat, but you want enough space between the blocks. Like that your kneecaps could fit in between, right? I'm going to do a little jumping around. So basically your block should be almost to the edges of your mat, but not all. Exhale to your down dog. You're going to look in between those blocks. You're going to hop the hips up and you're going to jump to your toes. Slide those blocks back. Lift. Have seat. You know how to jump all the way through. We'll do that next round. All right. So from here, top of the right foot moves back. You're on shoelaces. Lift the left leg up and holding here. Go ahead and put that left foot down, cross the right ankle in front of the left. Move your blocks back onto your mat. Press down to lift up. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Coming back to a seated position at the top of the mat, any way you want to get there. Top of left foot back. Right leg high. Wonderful. Left leg comes around. Blocks back on. Flow. We'll meet you back at the top of the mat. Right heel comes up into your inner hip. Right hand comes back around. Turn your chest towards your left leg fold. Inhale, come up. Lean back, slide the right ankle over the left. Lift up, fly back to chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Meet you at a seated position for other side. Left. Slide the blocks back on. Left over right. Lift up and chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Jump through to a seated position. Take the legs up, boat. Right over left, hands down in front of the hips, lift. Exhale, puts it down, find your boat. Lift over right, hands down, lift, and put it back down. Grab the backs of the knees, roll onto the spine, put the heels down, lining them up with the sit bones. Fingertips reach towards the heels. Tuck your shoulders under. Exhale, lift up, bridge. And those of you open for a back bend, will bring your fingers in alongside your ears. Come to the crown of your head. Walk the hands back. On your next inhale, push the floor away, come up. And then come down. Grab the backs of the knees, roll up, Paschimottanasana. Legs straight, grab the edges of the feet, fold. This isn't a passive fold, this is active. Inhale, come up, grab your blocks, cross, flow. Meet you back at the top of the mat. Soles of the feet together. Cobblers. Come forward over those butterfly legs. Peeling the feet open. Inhale, come up. Put right heel into right groin, or left groin, excuse me. I have my beads on. I don't know if I'll be able to do the whole thing. Left leg over if you're in full lotus, please. Sitting here, opening up the chest. You're going to lean forward. You're going to reach left hand first. And then right. Right's always the hard one, isn't it? There it is. And breathe as you forward fold. Inhale, come up. Alright, so if you can stick your hands in between the legs, that's how this one is supposed to go. So those little gaps right there. Right? See, this is why we wear yoga beads. It's because then they slide through nice and easy. See if you can lift. I can't because my legs aren't through. There we go. And hold. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. You're supposed to jump back from that. Pull your arms out, right? Let's see how this goes today. In my blocks. All right. Hands down. Come forward. Yeah, there we go. Up and back. Wonderful. All right, here we go. Back to the top of the mat, seated position. All right, roll back. All right, another back bend. Start off with bridge. Press it up. Those of you coming with me to wheel, put those fingers over. Come to the crown of the head. Move those shoulders in. Lift up. And come down. Happy baby. Rock and roll, head to tail. Chaturanga. Up dog and down dog. So you need a wall for your inversion, so you have a choice. You do butt on block, legs straight up. You can do headstand. If you're doing headstand, do it near the wall. If you've never done headstand, today in this video is not the time to learn it. Right? I take no responsibility for you trying headstand first time at home. However, if you have a headstand practice, we're going to go upside down for a little bit, and especially if you have a headstand practice, even near the wall, if you can practice with me, I'm going to lift, I'm going to hold a pike position, which legs are going to be parallel with the floor, and then the legs are going to go up to full headstand, come back down to pike, and then possibly lower and touch knees for today. So don't really pad your head. If you want to, this mat is very uncomfortable. My daughter's cat peed on my other one, so you know, okay. That's what it is. So let me see if I can find something else to put my head on real quick. Alright. So you have a headstand practice. I'm going to show you what we're going to do real quick. And then if you don't, like I said, caveat, if you don't have a headstand practice, I take no responsibility for your nonsense trying it at home for the first time. Okay? I'm not saying don't. I'm saying I don't take responsibility for it. So my favorite is tripod headstand. So it's basically, you know, T-Rex arms with your head down. Let me fast forward this part. But that's my personal favorite. However, it kind of freaks some people out to not be wrapped. So if you're doing the one where you're wrapping, let me give you a tip. This bottom pinky that sticks out tends to get smashed when the whole weight and the squeeze of the fingers are on. If you'll take that bottom pinky and tuck it under, it won't get pinched. It's really nice. So you can either do tripod headstand or elbows down. I'm going to do tripod, and I'm going to demonstrate what I am talking about, piking and stuff. So you should never jump into a headstand. We're going to lift up. We're going to hold pike. We're going to lift all the way up. We're going to come back down, hold pike, bring the knees in, and then come down. Right? Right? If you don't have that in practice, put your butt on a block and your legs up a wall. Right? You've got one of two inversions. All right, guys, come with me. Head down. And here we go. Finding your pike. Take it all the way up. Come back down to pike, nice and slow and hold. And then see if you can bring your elbows onto both, maybe one or both triceps. If you've got your elbows on both triceps, squeeze the knees and the elbows in a little bit, cat stretch a little bit, and lift your head, come into crow, jump back, up dog, and done. All right, come down onto your knees with your toes tucked under, and sit back onto your heels, and take your rest, and move them around. That was a lot of work on your wrist if you were with me in the tripod. Those of you who have got legs up the wall, you can continue to leave them up the wall and just do your wrist. I like doing the toe tuck thing because, now, American feet are in atrophy. Basically, I call shoes Chinese foot binding. Whatever you want to call it, right? Because if you look at our feet, some reason my music went out. If you look at our feet from years of being in shoes, they're just in atrophy, right? So if you can imagine Spread your fingers, shake your wrist out. If you can imagine what something looks like when it comes out of a cast, right? How weak and kind of downtrodden it looks. Well, that's what's...
I am connected.
Oh, no. Who she's connecting with, because she's not playing music. All right, go ahead and have a seat real quick. Come into, let's come into butterfly pose. Okay, come back in. So what's happening is our feet are in shoes all the time, which are basically casts, because it doesn't let the foot expand and work with the walking and just all the things it should be doing. And we're in shoes all the time, so most of your feet are basically like in cast, and that's the reason you have knee problems and back problems. So I like to work the feet. So we are going to go into some just gentle movements before we settle down into our Shavasana. Today's Shavasana is going to include a Yoga Nidra, and so I'm going to play a song and see if we can get a decent recording of it. So do any little, lay down onto your back, any little wiggles that you would like, and any last little bit hip openers. That class included a heck of a lot of hip openers, and we've been going for an hour. And I'm the type, I'll sit there, I'll practice for another 45 minutes, and I don't think anybody's up for my practice constantly. I'm going to back it off now. All right, so I would like you guys to finish out all your wiggles and then come into Shavasana, laying onto your back. The way that this meditation is going to occur, I will lead you through some breath work, and then I'm going to guide you through different places in your body. I don't want you to move those places, so you're supposed to experience them, right? And as I go through the body, I'll give you different experiences to feel in that space, but try not to fidget. This is ultimately about stillness, right? And so once we go through this practice and you get deeper and deeper into theta state and you get deeper and deeper into meditation, there'll be moments where you can't hear me. You can hear me. It's like when you've been laying there almost asleep and the phone was ringing one time and you're like, the phone's ringing, but nothing is responding. Nothing is being pulled by any scenario. So you'll hear me, but you won't be pulled by my voice at some point. So go ahead and get all your wiggles. If you can cover your eyes, that would be great. So as you slowly come into a really comfortable position, laying on your spine. Eyes are covered. Breath is stopped. So I'm doing a little guided journey. Just let your mind drift. Imagine you're walking down a beautiful wooded path. You smell cedar and dappled sunlight dancing through the canopy of the trees. Little bugs and birds making their way through their afternoon, through their evening. And as you walk down this path, you notice this beautiful creek moving alongside you. Your breath is soft. Your body is comfortable. As you walk down this path, you see in the distance there's a clearing. feel the body relaxing with each exhale as you walk deeper. As you walk, come to the opening of this clearing and you witness a vast blue lagoon. So far, it stretches to the setting sun. The vibrant colors of the evening glistening on the surface of the water. As you walk to the shore's edge, the waning sun draws a golden, glittery path to your feet at the shoreline. The smell of the air is ripe with dust. As you choose to step into the water, you feel the warmth of the water line rise over your feet, your ankles, your shins. Noticing the violets and fuchsia and umbers of the setting sun, and dancing upon the surface of the water like gems shining back at you. As you walk a little deeper, you feel the water line rise over your knees, over your thighs, over your hips, just to the point where the tips of your fingers can graze the surface of the water, creating little ringlets catching that ever-setting sun that's over halfway gone as they flow away from you. You start to notice the birds making their way home for the evening, the indigo color of the sky creeping in for nighttime. As you walk a little deeper, you begin to feel the arms float, the chest slowly feeling the water line rise, the whole body becoming light and buoyant. The waning sun is almost gone. The colors of the sky become dark and reddish, with pinpricks of stars creeping through. As you walk a little deeper, the weight of your body is released when you float to the surface. With every breath, you feel more buoyant. Each exhale, legs and arms and neck relax more. The sun is now gone. The beautiful night sky is making its way in, shooting stars and moonlight glistening upon your skin. As you float there in the lagoon, the edges of you and the edges of the water begin to disappear. There's this existence of the heartbeat and the breath. Thoughts become colors. Begin to feel your breath Begin to feel your body sinking into your mat. Body slowly falls back into the mat. And then to take your awareness into your left foot, the space between your toes, and top of the left foot, and the sole of the left foot. Now this warm sensation. Now as you pay attention to your left foot, you feel this cooling sensation. Taking your awareness over into the right foot, and space between your toes and top of the foot, the sole of the right foot. Now this warm sensation. This internal heat. Bringing your awareness to the left leg. Have this warm sensation. The sensation of internal heat and comfort. Taking your mind on to your right leg, feeling that same heat and internal warming of the whole leg itself. And the next exhale, feel the whole lower body become cooler, almost buoyant, lightness through the sensation. Begin to feel that warm sensation in your left foot. Allowing the mind to carry over to the right hip now. Even the low back begins to feel this warm sensation.
making that internal flame or heat up towards our belly and even sides of the legs, down the lungs and heart. Allowing this warm, soothing feeling into the entire core of you. Next exhale, you get a cooling sensation from the shoulders, the heart, waistline, the hips. Feel the warmth in your shoulder on the right side, down the right arm, the right fingertips. And you feel that one sensation from the left shoulder, down the left arm, the left fingertip. From the sides of your neck, releasing down the shoulders, down the arms, and out the fingertips. The next exhale is cooling, releasing sensation. It's light buoyancy. And I encourage you to stay here with that light buoyant feeling. In the crown of your head, your jaw, your shoulder, your chest.